celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, we're excited to tell you about a local Sacramentan whose intertwined connection between public spaces and the experiences that food and beverages can bring. The largest selection of Mexican and Chicano brewed craft cerveza can be found at Cervezalandia. Here to tell us all about it is the owner and creator. We have Daniel Zavala. Welcome, Daniel. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. I feel like I should have had a drink of beer
right, just a little, just for that. After that opening.
Well, just open it now.
There we go. He's got. I mean, you have such a wide range, but we got to start off by asking you. Tell us about Cervezalandia.
Yeah, so Cervezalandia is again a retail store that has the largest selection of Chicano and Mexicano brewed craft beer anywhere in the country.
Yeah.
And it started simply because we wanted to highlight and promote the uniqueness of these beers, their flavor profiles, the beautiful art on the cans, and just help them stand out and sell their beer.
Yeah, I mean, what sparked the idea in creating Cervezalandia?
Yeah. So I was in Mexico. I was in Guanajuato, a small little town called Querétaro. I was in a brewery. Totally forget the name of the brewery, but they were cooking and brewing with spices that, from my childhood, clove and piloncillo. And just had a fantastic experience and had never thought that Mexicanos were brewing that intently.
Yeah.
Came back to Sacramento, looked around, couldn't find any, went down to Los Angeles. You know, I have a good friend, King Kong, at Kong Nguyen. Met with him and John and his master brewer and just kind of educated myself about beer. And lo and behold, I've built relationships and found dozens of Chicano brewers throughout California and as far as Salem, Oregon.
Okay, so walk us through the selection of beers and wine I'm seeing as well too that you have here.
So the wines are calling us up because, hey, you know, we're all doing amazing things. But I got to tell you, Ray Rivera from Norwalk Brew House, one of the leaders in Southern California with Norwalk Brew House. As you can tell, this is his El Mundo. This is kind of a partnership with Don Clemente's Loteria, which is we know is the Mexican bingo. So he's changed this around year to year. You can see you got the cholo with the high socks carrying the globe, like the famous Mexican Loteria bingo card. This is one of his hazy IPAs. He also has one of the crowd favorites, Bitty Bitty Bomb Blonde, which is an ode to Selena. Flies off the shelf. We don't have any in stock. No, we actually do have a few cases left in stock, but just one of those things that you just want to highlight. What else do we have here? We have Pierdalisa. We have this wonderful beer we just did with Ernesto Delgado this past year, La Cosecha Dorada. Down at the bottom, we have La Azteca. It is their amber. Just a delicious, delicious beer. And last over here, obviously King Kong and the Noble Primate. Down at the bottom, a fantastic brewery, Brujeria in Pico Rivera, doing some homage to Barrio Beach, which is a historically disadvantaged community. It's a waterfront where Mexicanos had went in the 1960s and 70s as a safe place to swim. That beer was produced as a way to kind of highlight some of the environmental issues that are happening there now with the Rio Hondo River. So beer is being used to promote art and culture, but also as an environmental justice tool to help protect our spaces.
I love that. And you got to talk about the wine you got here too.
Yeah, Seis Soles wine, Surcos wines. As we have this conversation about what contributions Chicanos and Mexicanos are doing in the beer space, did not know that there's several Latino Chicano ventures here in California. And so I reached out to Chris from Seis Soles. He's brought me some cases. Also Surcos wine that we just picked up. Fantastic rosé, a really great Pinot, and Chris also has a wonderful rosé that we have here in stock.
Oh my gosh, okay, I mean, such a large display. You can tell how much community means to you, just how you speak to each one. Why was it important for you to create a platform that specifically highlights Chicano brewed craft beers?
Yeah, as a lifelong Sacramentan, I've always identified as Chicano. I mean, growing up here in Sac, and it was a dirty word. And yet, talk to my mother who grew up in the 60s. To her, it was a dirty word. And to see here we are in 2024, you can be proud to say you're Chicano. You can look at the people who've raised me and mentored me over the years, some of the Chicano artists, some of the Chicano activists that I grew up watching and admiring, protecting places like Oak Park and Del Paso Heights in North Sacramento, where I've lived for so long. I just want to lean into who I am as a person and my identity. I identify as a Chicano. And so being able to stand up for brewers and folks who are brewing and paying homage to their culture, I'm all about that. And I wanted to find a way to help do that. I have a tremendous amount of experience working with small businesses, being an advocate for retailers in the beer business. And so it just works for me to come out here and have some fun and tell folks about these really great products.
Yeah. And you also, it's really important to you about collaborating with artists. We were looking earlier at some photos of artists with the nails and they're holding the
Yeah.
beers, but tell us about that importance of collaboration
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah, I have a wonderful friend. We did a collaboration. We wanted to highlight, like, tell me you're Chicano without telling me you're Chicano, right? And so my friend Roberta, she came with her from Newbird Studios. We had a talented young model and her father that came out, and we did some really great nails,
Yeah.
big hoop earrings, just the whole vibe,
Yeah.
and just hanging out, chilling with beer. And we wanted just to connect with people and tell you that tell me you're Chicano without telling me you're Chicano just through photos. We have, one of my favorite local artists, Raul Mejia. He's done most of my logos. He's done our big Cervezalandia mural on Freeport Boulevard. One of the best, if not well-known Chicano artist, Jose Lott, is actually developing my first can of our Always and Forever Chicano Lager. Hopefully that'll come out in 2025, but he's all over the can artwork for that one. So really important that we stay local, that we connect with local artists, and we just collaborate and support one another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel, you're making change. We appreciate you for doing that. I'm going to let our viewers know where they can catch you. For more details, visit cervezalandia.co and follow them on Instagram at cerveza_landia.